Everyone, my name is Nolan and welcome back to another Pixel Gun 3D Top 10 video. And as promised, today we are counting down the top 10 gallery weapons that I recommend you guys get. Now, I made a 25-minute long video giving you guys over 50 weapons that I highly recommend you guys get from the gallery. But for those of you guys who just want a top 10, this video is going to be for you. Now, keep in mind, 10 weapons out of 50 is going to be very close, so this list can be rearranged however you guys feel fit. However, I mean, this is just, in my opinion, the top 10 weapons you guys should get. But keep in mind, when there's over 1,000 weapons in the game, and I'm giving you guys the top 10 out of the entire gallery, it's going to be hard to get a specific order. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys all so much for the support on the last video. I'm absolutely blown away as to the amount of positive feedback I got. So if you guys enjoyed this video too, or find it helpful, please do not hesitate to leave a comment, smash the like button, or consider subscribing for more Pixel Gun Top 10s. And now, let's get right into the honorable mentions. The first honorable mention I want to go over is Laser Carbine. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the most underrated weapons in the entire game. I think that it is extremely good. It has a 120 base damage with an extremely high fire rate, and also it has no input delay, making it vital for 3-cat. However, just based on the other snipers on this list, it's gonna only sit in honorable mentions, and also a lot of people just for some reason don't really like it, even though like it is my go-to sniper, to be honest. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. The next honorable mention I want to go over is Fist of Fate, and this is a legendary weapon, so the fact that it almost made it to the top 10 should speak on how good it is. It is a one-shot, fully charged burst. If you can manage to hit every burst shot, it will one-shot, which is pretty cool, making it extremely good for spamming. It only has 75 mobility, I believe. However, that doesn't really matter in maps like Knife Party, Pool Party, Silent School. So yeah, it is a very, very good melee for spamming if you're looking for one of those. So I highly recommend you guys get it. Also, one more honorable mention I'm just going to mention is Demon Catcher. This wasn't on my super high priority list, I don't believe, even though it probably should have been, because it is extremely useful. It's not the best sniper for getting kills by any means. However, it is a must-have for clan raids because it's able to take down turrets so fast. And if you guys are looking to farm XP in those city raids or Magic Valley raids, it is also a must-have because it takes down monsters and bosses extremely fast. So I highly recommend you guys get that if you're looking to farm XP or clan raids. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get into the actual top 10 list. Number 10 on this list is Pixel Cola Refresher. This is 1,000 coupons, and it is, in my opinion, the best rocket jump weapon in the game. Yes, it has super rocket jump. However, super rocket jump, as someone pointed out, doesn't really mean too much. I think Demolition Exoskeleton has a higher rocket jump, technically. However, in game modes like private matches and maybe even Block Crash, the super rocket jump kicks in dramatically, and it is definitely better than Demolition Exoskeleton. However, I think what carries this weapon is the high fire rate and high capacity, making it extremely good for movement. And I am a really movement-based player. I like being able to move around fast, so I find this weapon extremely useful. Again, its primary purpose is not to get kills. Its primary purpose is movement, so highly recommend it if you're looking for a good movement weapon. Next up in the number 9 spot is Sneaky Pistol. This is, in my opinion, probably the best backup for spamming. It's extremely accurate and reliable. It is usually a 2-shot, no matter if you headshot or a body shot. However, sometimes you might get lucky in 1 shot, depending on players' armor or how weak they are. So it gets you really, really good gameplay. And yeah, honestly, the entire set this is a part of is really good, and I highly recommend you get the whole set. However, I'd put Sneaky Pistol the priority in this whole set. But yeah, I think this backup is extremely good for spamming. It does have fixed delay, so you can't use it for 3-cat. I know someone's going to ask that, so there you go. It's for spamming, okay? However, a 3-cat backup weapon that I recommend you guys get is Laser Cycler. Now, the damage on this isn't exactly good, and if you have TikTok Pistol or Ice Wyvern Horn, don't bother getting this weapon. It's just a weaker version of those. However, this is the only one you can get with 3,000 or 1,000 coupons that has no output delay, making it extremely good for 3-cat because you can switch this to or switch from this to any sniper like Dreams Warden or Anti-Champion Rifle, or you could switch to this, like switch from this to any shotgun like Viking or Ultimatum. So yeah, it can greatly improve your 3-cat loadout. If you already have TikTok Pistol or Ice Wyvern Horn, you could replace this with Thunderer, which is, in my opinion, like an equally good 3-cat weapon. However, in general, I'd say Laser Cycler is just better because of the no output delay. But again, if you have TikTok Pistol or Ice Wyvern Horn, don't bother getting this weapon. It'll just be a waste of time. The next weapon I recommend you guys get is Golden Friend, and the damage per second on this thing is absolutely insane. Honestly, this is probably one of the best weapons in the game because of how much damage it can dish out in such a short time, which is absolutely crazy. I think it was like number 3 or 2 on my top 10 automatic primaries list, and it's only taken over by one other primary or automatic primary in my opinion. So also guys, I'm just gonna say that the top 1 automatic primary is gonna be on this list later, so I'd recommend getting that over this one. I had several comments in my last video asking if they should get the other weapon or Golden Friend, and I recommend the other weapon first. But Golden Friend is by far one of my favorite weapons and is extremely good for getting kills, spamming, or finishing off players quickly. So yeah, there you go. Okay, now we're getting to the snipers, and I'm gonna be honest guys, the snipers, I had a hard time switching around. All 3 of these snipers coming up can be interchanged however you guys want. So like from here on out, basically up until literally the top 1 spot, I'm very iffy on ranking these, but next up I'm going to go with Anti-Champion Rifle because of the fire rate. I feel like the fire rate just makes it not really as useful as the other weapons, because yes, it's good for 3-cat and dishing out high amounts of damage. However, if you don't manage to one-shot, then the chances of you losing fights are higher simply because the fire rate is lower. So yes, Anti-Champion, it's a really good sniper. It has one of the highest damage per shots in the entire game, which is really good. So yeah, it's pretty good for spamming. However, moving on to the number whatever spot, I can't remember, I think number 5, we have Deadman's Rifle, which is also really good because it has area damage, meaning you are able to hit shots way more often. It has a really high damage, it one-shot headshots, and it also has a way higher fire rate, meaning that you can use it for 3-cat, you can use it for getting kills, but you can also use it for spamming, unlike Anti-Champion Rifle. So I just generally think it's more useful, but it's still also really good, so I would recommend getting Deadman's Rifle over Anti-Champion Rifle. However, we're going to get into another sniper later that, in my opinion, overtakes both of these. For now, we're going to move on to the automatic primary that I recommended over Golden Friend, which is Stormtrooper Exoskeleton. Essentially, this is just Golden Friend with way more capacity, a slightly lower fire rate and damage, but it has slowness, making it slightly more useful. However, when I say slightly less damage, I mean by like 3 to 5 damage per second, which is almost negligible if you're using it for spamming. So I mean, like, yes, it's, in my opinion, just more useful than Golden Friend. And the main drawback to Golden Friend is its capacity. It chews through ammo so fast, whereas Stormtrooper Exoskeleton is not like that. You can spam way more with this weapon. So, in my opinion, it's way more useful. Definitely get this over Golden Friend. Yeah, I prefer Golden Friend because I'm way biased, but yeah, Stormtrooper Exoskeleton is definitely really good. Next up in the number 3 spot, I'm sure you guys saw this coming, Christmas Ultimatum. Christmas Ultimatum is now probably one of the best heavies in the game. In fact, it is one of the best heavies in the game. I'll just say that. It one-shot direct shots, and if you don't, like 90% of the time, and if you don't manage to one-shot direct shot, the cluster bomb will most likely finish off the person. Basically, when you shoot a rocket, it explodes into smaller rockets that also explode, and that's what cluster bomb is, meaning it has a really, really high AoE, which I believe just means area of effect, which is pretty cool. Its damage is insane. It has no delay, meaning you can technically use it for 3-cat. Can't rocket jump with it though, because it will do self-inflicted damage. Not a whole lot, but still a noticeable amount. But yeah, Christmas Ultimatum is just good for literally pretty much everything except rocket jump, and when it is good at that, it's really good at that. That made no sense to you guys, but it made sense in my head, so I said it anyways. These aren't scripted, by the way. I'm just talking off the top of my head. Okay, you guys don't care. Let's move on to the number 2 spot. So I just gave you guys a really good heavy to get. However, I'm going to give you a better heavy called Invincible Line for the number 2 spot. Now, I know a lot of you guys may disagree with me on this. However, like, Invincible Line is literally how I break records in this game. I got like, what, 71 kills in a single deathmatch joining late with this weapon, because it's so good. It has, I think, the highest damage per second out of every weapon in the game. It will sometimes one-shot body shot. It will one-shot headshot. That's right, it hits headshot. It hits headshot damage. And it also has super punch, meaning your chances of one-shotting are even higher. The only downside to this weapon, I'd say, is its ammo and rocket speed. It's not really too high. However, like, I don't know. This weapon's so good. I win literally every game I use this weapon. And then if I throw on the Proud Eagle set, which gives me extra points, I get like 6,000 to 7,000 points per deathmatch. That's unheard of. I mean, what? I don't know. I think this weapon is extremely overrated, and if you guys get it and get good at spamming with it, you'll win, okay? Alright, but the number one spot, guys, is going to be Revolver Sniper. Now, I know a lot of you guys might disagree with me on this. That's totally fine. I really didn't know how to rearrange these weapons. However, I'm pretty confident in putting this in number one. Here's why. It has insane damage. It has critical damage, meaning it can do more damage than it usually would. I think its base damage is like 140, and then its critical damage is like maybe close to 200 body shot. It one-shot headshots, which is pretty cool. It has 6 capacity, which isn't that great. However, it's still decent. And then also, it has no input delay, making it very, very good for 3-cat. So it's good for spamming, it's good for damage, it's good for 3-cat, which is very, very cool. Also, if you manage to get this weapon with the whole set, which is Cyborg Hands and Destruction System, it becomes extra useful because now you're invisible on respawning, which is really good for farming invisible kills or just like throwing off your enemy, so yeah, I feel like this deserves to be number one. However, I totally understand if you guys disagree with me. But guys, if you do disagree with me, let me know what your guys' top 10 gallery weapons are. And by the way, I mean weapons you can get with coupons. So yeah, let me know what your top 10 gallery weapons are down in the comments. I do actually want to know. And I'd just like to say thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys did find this video helpful, make sure to smash the like button and consider subscribing for more Pixel Gun top 10s. And yeah, I just again want to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Peace.